everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to The Trend. Today's trending topic is Chappell Roan controversies.
Just Chappell Roan in general.
Yeah, but mainly
our
the
thoughts on Chappell Roan. Literally no one cares.
Banner.
Yeah, check the banner. No one's checking. Clicked off. I feel like we're getting a new wave of like pop stars or pop girls, and I feel like a lot of people are apprehensive because they're like, oh, they're so stuck on like the older like Ariana whatever, but like new generations like are just gonna come in, like that's just how it is.
Yeah, I feel like now we're seeing the consequences of people's short attention spans, because it's like before it would take like a couple albums, a couple years before the fans and the general public would like try and turn on an artist before like the Illuminati conspiracies start coming out. Whereas now it's like the first album run hasn't even completely finished and people are already like, I don't get good vibes from her. And I find that more degrading than thinking like, oh, they're just the daughter of the devil. You know what I mean?
The people that
like, oh, they have like Satanism messages versus like, she's just not genuine and she's not real and I don't like her personality. It's like,
yeah. I think for Chappell Roan in specific, it's hard because like everyone can tell that she's talented. Like everyone can tell that she's a good singer, I feel like. And she's like shown that like multiple times, but her personality, like she does have a personality, you know what I mean? And you either like that personality or you're like, no.
Right, and I think it's so funny because people keep saying how they want new icons, and they like, especially for Beyonce, how they don't. Everyone I know that doesn't Beyonce always says it's because she acts like her shit doesn't stink because she doesn't talk to the fans. But I'm like, when people do talk to the fans and you're hearing something you don't like,
it's instantly flip.
You instantly flip on them. So it's like, take the music for what it is.
Go.
And go. And I think that's what Chappell's kind of realizing, where she's like, they're not gonna listen to me. Ariana's verse on Symphony is a Night, or Sympathy is a Night. I was like, Symphony. Where she's like, why bother explain? Like, they're not gonna listen, so why am I even wasting my breath?
I think Ariana did like learn that like more later in her career, and again, like Chappell Roan, like because it's fun. Like it's fun to like talk to fans, and it's fun to like,
especially when you're
personality.
On and up with the Memento, and you're like, people love me.
Yeah,
like
it's like very easy. But then I think like now she's starting to realize, okay, fuck these people.
Everyone has a think piece too.
Yeah,
like everyone's going viral for some stupid ass opinion, and you're like,
yeah. And then all the comments be like, honestly,
I'm glad you said it.
Yeah, Chappell as well, like she's queer, right?
She's a lesbian.
She's lesbian. So she has like an obligation or duty, I feel like, to those fans, or at least they feel like that.
Yeah.
So when she says something that they don't like, they get mad. So that's why like I saw that video for, I don't know if you saw it, she was talking about her political beliefs, and she was like, I can't put my name behind either party because they've done also bad stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't fully be behind one party.
Yeah.
I feel like it's fair, but I can also see why some fans would be like, okay, but still there's clearly one winner.
Worse. Yeah, one's worse than the other. Yeah. Which like, I'm not even gonna say if I agree or disagree with that political opinion, because that's like completely separate. But at the end of the day, one, I like a celebrity that sounds niche but doesn't speak to their fans. You know what I mean? It just like, it lets you just focus on what's more important. Honestly, you know what I mean? I hate, like, I know people really don't like the fact that Ariana doesn't interact with fans now, but I'm like, does that not make her, I feel like that pushed her into icon status.
Yeah,
at this point it's like, she's not one of these like little pop girls that's competing anymore. Like, she's Ariana Grande. Why is she Ariana Grande? Because you can't reach her. You can't contact the fans. You know what I mean? This girl has her Instagram comments limited.
Or like I feel like K-pop people, they talk to fans, but they still keep it at like an arm's length, where like they never really say their own like opinions on things. And like, granted, that is like the company telling them, okay, like don't have like a super strong personality because some people won't like it, but like it's fun because like you can still talk to them, but they're still like keeping you aback. And then I think BTS, like they kind of broke that, and they started to like be like really buddy with like their fans. And then now, like before, like obviously they're in the military now, but like in general, like more recently, when Namjoon goes on live, you can tell he's like getting irritated by fans because people be annoying. And then that's when
people
he's
be
like,
annoying.
Literally, that's when he's like, okay guys, I'm not like reading the comments.
Right. Because you just come to a point where you're like, I can't. You're like, I literally can't please everyone. So who am I even trying to please at this point? Granted, I think there are some people that when they share their opinion, they can stand behind it really strong.
Yeah.
And they will take that to their grave, and that's fine. Like, that's completely valid. But if you know you're a person that's going to become sensitive to the comments, and granted, it could be a thing of you don't know until it happens, but I feel like just don't bother. You know what I mean? Like, not in a bad way,
we
but I
actually
was like,
learned that so fast, too.
Were people asking Chappell roan for her political opinion? And even if they were, like, realistically, like, she's a lesbian, you could have just inferred in general.
That's true.
Like, I don't think it was necessary for her to even make that statement unless she was gonna, like, start going on The View and talking about it. You know what I mean? Like, who she's voting for this election, like.
Yeah, and then there was also that thing of, like, her saying that she's, like, not obligated to take a picture with a fan if she doesn't want to. And then people, I don't know if you saw, there was, like, that whole trend of people, like, making fun of her, saying, like, oh, when you, like, want a picture with Chappell roan, but she's, like, being whatever, rude.
I didn't see that, but I heard her say that. Yeah, I mean, that stuff's also, it's weird because I feel like we grew up when celebrities were very overexposed. So
and, like,
it was very normal.
Pictures,
it was very normal for them to stand 40 minutes and take pictures with every single person there.
Yeah.
I don't know what that does to a person's psyche. Like, when Justin Bieber was like, I've probably taken well over 1 million selfies in my life.
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of insane. But this is my biggest problem with Chappell roan, is not everything needs to be a statement. If you don't want to take pictures with fans, just don't take pictures with fans. You don't need to announce it, because now you're giving people the space and the ability to have an opinion on it. If you just acted like that, what's anyone gonna say?
I guess, but then also I feel like she might feel like she needs to, like, defend herself to people and, like,
but
explain,
then that's
not defend, like, explain herself.
But to me, that's like an internal thing where she doesn't want to come across as a bad guy. So now she's gonna over-explain. But again, when you over-explain, you give people the ability to comment back.
That's true.
You know what I mean? If you want to live a private life, just live a private life. You know, I can't remember what celebrity it was.
She's new, though. She's fresh. She doesn't know anything, and like she grew so fast, so there was no, like, adjustment period to, like,
yeah,
what
and
she
that I
likes
have
and
a lot
like.
of sympathy for. Like, even seeing her crying on, was it Lollapalooza or something? Whatever stage it was, where she was like, I'm just overwhelmed, almost in a negative way, of how fast and famous I've gotten. I almost feel like sometimes she would benefit from, like, a Marina and the Diamonds level of fame, where it's like, I remember
strong fan base,
yes,
but not like
Beyonce,
Lady
Gaga. You know, because I remember there was an interview where Marina was talking about how her fans always are like, oh, you're so underrated, and she's like, but I'm not. She's like, I literally have a living off of this, but I still have my privacy, I still have my artistic freedom, but I'm just not restricted by how famous I am.
Yeah.
And it's like, again,
she doesn't crave,
I've always
like,
said this.
super fame.
I've always said this, like, not everyone is Beyonce, like, and that is fine.
Or,
you know,
Ariana. Or
Gaga.
BTS, like...
Yeah, like, and that's completely fine. If it does happen, I feel like it'll be a conscious choice for her to almost, like, reduce her level of fame by acting a little outlandish. Kind of like that Doja Cat...
You better make me act up!
I feel like it's that, like, Doja Cat thing where she was acting up to, like, filter her fans in, like, a weird... type of way.
It was a fandom cleanse. Fandom cleanse by acting up.
Fandom genocide.
The real ones will stick around.
I do think someone that I can appreciate, even though she's not necessarily my particular style, like, I love her aesthetic and I love her style for her, but it's not something I gravitate towards, is someone like Sabrina Carpenter, where it almost feels like she's made, like, a caricature of herself. So, like, I don't feel like I know her thoughts and her personality. She's playing, like, a silly, you know...
like, doll.
Yeah, like, which is fine. And she's got that, like, tongue-in-cheek type of lyrics.
Like, an alter ego.
Yeah.
She has an alter ego, but it's not, like, named.
Yeah.
You know how, like, obviously Beyonce is, like, Sasha Fierce?
Yeah.
Hers is, like, cute doll, whatever. But also, like, promiscuous doll.
Right. And it's, like,
you don't feel like you know her from that.
Yeah, and I also feel like I don't need to, like, an explanation for every decision she's ever made.
Oh my god, do you know what she literally said? I think someone said like, oh, like they wanted her to talk about like certain things that happen with like relationships or like boys or whatever, and she's like, listen to the album. Like,
point blank.
She ate with that.
Do you know what I mean? Like, redirect them to what you want to sell.
Yeah, and like she's low-key right, because like the lyrics are pretty like straightforward.
Yeah.
It's not even like coded.
Right. Like, if Chappell Roan wanted to talk about like her political views, like, make a song.
Make a song.
Honestly, people do it. Preferentially, I way prefer Chappell Roan's music
to Sabrina.
Yeah, personally, like Sabrina's is cute, but I could see myself getting sick of it, and I have gotten sick of some of the songs. Whereas Chappell Roan's, like, I don't know, just the stats are speaking. I haven't gotten sick of it yet, you know.
Yeah.
And like the aesthetic, like I like that, like, you know, crazy type of look, the costume, the like. Where it just looks like a lot of effort.
I feel like her vocals are also more extravagant. Not saying like Sabrina can't sing, but I'm just saying like, have you seen Chappell's like vocal flipping where she does like?
No,
like,
she's great.
That's cool. Honestly,
great,
I haven't even like heard other people do that.
Yeah, I just think that the way she's gone about making her opinions known is not going to benefit her.
It's also like not. This is so messed up. Like, this is so messed up.
Say it.
Whatever. That's what I'm here for. But it's also not like of her status to be like making TikToks about that stuff. Like, I feel like it lowers her status. It's like you're supposed to be this like big, huge pop star, and here you are like hopping on TikTok like the rest of us to give like a thought piece. I feel like it's beneath her.
Yeah, there's certain icons that I think need to delete their social media. Put a picture of who I'm talking about.
Was
this Nikki?
Oh, Nikki too.
Like, I can't stand when people act beneath themselves. Like, their fans are uplifting them to a level that they're trying to crawl back down to. Like, that is mind-boggling to me. And it's so easy because you just don't need to interact on social media. Like, you just don't need to.
Like, have a private account. Like, Jungkook, I'm 100% he has TikTok, but like, for a long time.
That's it.
Oh yeah. He actually does. But like for a long time, it was like he like never said what it was. But like now he like uses it, but he just posts like dance videos, like whatever. It's not like him like talking to the camera.
Right.
So like I don't know, maybe like that's like mean because she wants to like enjoy and use social media just as much as the rest of us. But like personally, I feel like it's kind of like, girl,
but that's
what
like
are you doing
any
here?
job. Like, I don't think that people might take that as mean, but I don't see it as mean. Like, teachers aren't allowed to have public social medias. Like, doctors aren't allowed to post certain things on social media. Like, every job has its own limitations. I don't think it's crazy to say, like, a celebrity doesn't need to... A musician doesn't need to post about their political
like, okay,
thing.
obviously.
And, like, a random sit-down TikTok video.
Yes. Like...
That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna go on The View... a political talk show, where they invite people and they ask their opinions and say it there, yeah, that's fine.
That's true.
But like, you want a 30-second clip and you want people to completely understand what you're saying in 30 seconds? Not gonna happen.
And also, like, TikTok is like, ugh, it's actually so negative. Like, Twitter is negative. TikTok is also very negative.
Yeah.
So
and I feel like no one wants to admit TikTok's negative. People love shitting on Twitter, which it is. It is a
black
hole. Yeah. But TikTok's just as bad. Like, every time I open the comment section, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is. Like, it'll be the meanest top comment, and it'll be like, however many likes. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. On a side note, did you see KSI's Thick of It? Oh my god!
What is this?
It's unrelated completely, but KSI put out a song called like Thick of It, and it's like everyone's been like memeing the hell out of it because it's so bad. And it has the top comment is a comment with like 157,000 likes. It's a hate comment, and that has more likes than the actual video
On TikTok?
YouTube.
Is it that bad? Did you listen to it?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But anyways, not a part of it.
Watch
but isn't that crazy, the fact that like a hate comment actually has more like likes than the actual
because now
video?
it feels like fans have more power than the artist.
Weirdly enough.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I hope this didn't come across as like a Chappell hate video, because it really is not.
Mm.
I just think she's so talented, and there's been such a gap for like eccentric, eclectic pop girls.
Mm-hmm.
And for her to almost like shoot herself in the foot is
So sad.
Yeah, it's like a little disappointing, because like in terms of, I don't want it to make her not want to sing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do think she would be the type of person to say like, this isn't
I'm
good
over
life
this.
for me. Yeah.
And like it shouldn't get to that point. But also
No.
like I don't want to hear it from people that are like, oh my god, like you guys just haters, like you just hate, and like that's, and it's like, no, okay, like you can have an opinion and like someone without being like a hater because you said that. Like that actually like pisses me off. Anyways.
Period. Period. Period.
We have a poll going up on our community page for what your opinion is on this whole like taking selfies with fans thing. Do you think that it's okay for her to say no? Or are you more of a, well, these are her fans that put her on, so she should be willing to take photos with them kind of person? Let us know. And,
I was going to say, I think she should say no. But I don't think she needs to say she's going to say no.
Yeah, like, okay. Sorry. We'll talk later. If you like the video, please make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!